Hello everyone, this is Daughter Darkness, and today I'm going to be talking about something which is kind of appearing to be a key feature in Kingdom Hearts 3, and in the trailer shown at E3 2015, it appears that Flowmotion and free running are both going to be, an important part of the Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay. They were two of the main features on display at E3. So I'm just going to talk through each of them and how each is going to work, what button it's going to work for, how it's going to integrate with the rest of the gameplay, and so on. So yeah, we might as well just get straight into it and get into free running. And now, I think in terms of button placement, free running is pretty much going to replace reaction commands. Where before you would get, a situation where maybe an enemy does something or whatever, and you press triangle and you do a reaction command. Now I think there will be positions where you'll be able to use triangle to use a free running aspect, such as vaulting over something, or jumping onto a pole, or climbing up a wall, or something like that, using the triangle button. Some people have pointed out some sort of lights where Sora ends up jumping in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, and if these are going to be a key thing of it, then that could be how it works. This will be used for kind of general movement around the world. You can jump between things, climb walls, as I say, so that would improve the kind of platforming aspect, the exploration aspect, which has been a kind of gripe for a lot of people in the Kingdom Hearts series. Not for me personally, but a lot of people who have found the platforming and the exploration difficult to deal with in Kingdom Hearts so far, so this could be used as a kind of improvement to that, as you can now, reach new heights and so on. Yeah, that's how free running could end up integrating into Kingdom Hearts 3. So now we move on to Flowmotion, and I think that Flowmotion, based on what we saw in the E3 trailer, Flowmotion is pretty much just going to be an advanced version of Dream Drop Distance. For example, in Dream Drop Distance, you would see that when you sort of jumped into a wall using Flowmotion, there would be a small pause, and then, you'd stay there for like a second or two, and then you'd do the Flowmotion dive or whatever. But in this trailer, we see Sora moving a lot more fluidly. For example, when he's climbing up the Rock Titan, in Dream Drop Distance, it would have been jump, stop, stop, jump, stop. But now it seems a lot more fluid in Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's an advancement of what we had in Dream Drop Distance. That will probably end up with the square button along with the other movement commands like dodge roll and so on, as it was in Dream Drop Distance with the Y button on the 3DS. And they may do more to sort of make the other movement commands relevant, because in Dream Drop Distance they ended up kind of becoming irrelevant, with Flowmotion really kind of more powerful and everything than everything else. So glide, for example, with Sora felt kind of unnecessary, because yeah, you could glide, but you could get there 10 times faster with Flowmotion, so why would you? So maybe if you made that faster or something. Also with dodge rolls, if you dodge roll into a wall, you don't end up going into Flowmotion, because that was a problem for a lot of people in Dream Drop Distance. So if they try to work that better, really, I think just advance the way that it was used in Dream Drop Distance. Make a few improvements where it was needed. Dream Drop Distance was kind of like the practice run of Flowmotion, and it did work well there. But now they can make the advancements necessary to make it work much better in Kingdom Hearts 3. And also in terms of attacks. Now in Dream Drop Distance, the Flowmotion attacks were pretty overpowered. Pretty much whatever fight you were in, especially if it was kind of against general Dream Eaters, against bosses, maybe not so much. But against Dream Eaters, you could pretty much, whatever situation you were in, you could just do the slam move and spam that, and you get through whatever foe you were fighting. So if they remove those, I think it would be better to have it integrated with other attacks. So instead of having the slam move, you'd be able to go into an aerial combo, as you see in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, in Twilight Town when Sora jumps off the wall using Flowmotion and then goes into a combo. If they have something like that rather than the Flowmotion attacks, it prevents Flowmotion from just being something you can spam. It now becomes a movement thing which can aid with you kind of reaching things rather than just being something you can spam to destroy everything in sight. As well as that, there might be some integration with magic. In the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, we saw Blizzard being used, and Sora would cast Blizzard and then he'd slide along the ice trail left behind. So presumably that's going to be a feature of Flowmotion in Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe if you follow up the Blizzard spell with Square or something, then you start sliding up there. You know, maybe other magic spells can give you more options, like Aero, for example, which we saw in the trailer, could maybe give you some elevation, maybe a bit of flight or whatever. I don't know exactly. I know the magic spells could be integrated differently. I'm not sure exactly how, but, you know, it's something they could think about. And really, I think the most important thing, because all these features, Flowmotion, free running, Keyblade transformations, and so on, they're great. But if you can make you sort of transfer through them seamlessly, then that would make things better. For example, you climb up a wall, and then you use Flowmotion to reach somewhere, and then you use a transformation or something. In the trailer, we saw Sora going straight from Flowmotion into a Keyblade transformation. If that actually works fluidly in the game, then I can see these being great additions to Kingdom Hearts 3's gameplay. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on sort of how free running and Flowmotion can work in Kingdom Hearts 3. So please tell me your thoughts on that in the comment section below the video. And while you're down there, please like this video if you did, and if you liked it, then check out my other videos and subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you for watching.